We're freaking on.
Yeah, no.
So if you
I
find
don't
out how
need
much
it.
you paid out left on it, then also we'll do that exact payment reverse, and then you'll have money left out on it. So find out how much you have left on it. Sure. You know what? I could just show
Let's
you
go
how to
outside.
because then we'll go up there too. But I'll just send contact.
Walk outside here. It's not all quiet. Can you hear me? Oh no, thank you guys. I can't be thanked. Perfect. Perfect. Walking around. I don't like sitting down. From A to B. Does the job. She's a little tore up. We're still a little early, so we're just getting things started. What age did I start riding? Oh man. Um Probably I think I started riding at the age of 4, but it was nothing serious. Just we went to the desert every year. Um Probably not until like 8 or 9 I started racing. Um yeah, we just went to the desert every year and I like cruised around local tracks but never really thought anything of it. Didn't start racing or want to race till about 8 or 9. I actually raced go-karts before dirt bikes. Oh, Bumpers. Hey. I don't know whose dog this is. Who or what got you into racing? My dad got me into racing. Um, he raced and rode when he was younger. Um, didn't do anything serious with it though. Him and his brothers. He had 2 other brothers. They all raced and rode. Um, my dad raced dirt late models when I was younger, and that's why I got into go kart racing. That's what I was wanting to do. I was going to get into sprint cars actually, and then he got us dirt bikes, me and my brother, and then that's when we started picking it up. Funny how things change. You actually look back because I still go to like dirt car races and stuff all the time, and think if I would have like taken that seriously, how would that have gone? Have I ever been to Loretta Lynn's? Yeah, I went to Loretta's 4 times. Started in 2012 on Super Minis, and then went the next year in Schoolboy One. The year after that was Schoolboy One and Two Stroke Open. I won a title that year in Two Stroke Open, and then the year after that I did 250A in Open Pro Sport, and then I went pro after that year. This puppy's just gonna hang out with us, I guess. I have not been to Minio's. One of the races I wish I would have gone to just to experience it, but never made it out. It's far drive from California, that's for sure. A lot of time off work, a lot of time away from school when you're younger. Wish I could have though. Always wish you can try something once.
Athena, come.
Dog's name's Athena.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's a friend.
Which neighbor are you? Oh, hi.
Hello.
Are you our neighbor?
No,
She like gets out somehow.
I'm the neighbor's friend, yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Carlen.
What is it?
Carlen.
Oh, I like it.
Thank you.
Cool, by the way. Which guy are you friends with?
I don't know. We're on YouTube Live.
Hey! Are you want to get the dog?
Yeah, the dog was hanging out with me.
Do you want to come outside or come inside and play with us?
Not right now.
We can have play date.
Yeah? Sorry, I'm just doing this right now. That was weird. Just trying to be outside. What was my Loretta Lynn number? I can't remember. I had a few different ones. I preferred 83, which I got a couple times, but I think 1 year, shoot, it's 37. That's what it was. I was 37 and then 83 a few times. I've been 83 for a long time. I was 835 on 65s. And then when I went to Loretta's and got 83, I just kept 83 all the way until I turned pro. Then I got the good number, 805. That's what I really wanted the whole time. What different bike brands have I been on? Oh, I've been on a few, and I was on a lot within like 1 year. Been on Yamahas, KTM's, Cowies. Yeah, kind of hit all of them. I haven't been on Suzuki though, or Husqvarna, but I got a few of them. I've been with BWR for, this will be the third or fourth year. I joined them in a few outdoor races in 2016 for Redbud and Millville and Ironman, and then we didn't get anything to happen together for 2017, and then joined back up for 2018, and then we'll be back together this year. Favorite motocross track? Ooh, I don't know. That's a hit or miss. I grew up close to Zaka Station. That is probably one of my favorite places ever. Very popular place. Redbud's also a very cool facility. SX or MX for what? When I started with BWR, or what part? BWR, MX. I started in motocross in 2016 with BWR, and then Supercross 2018, Supercross 2019. I did a few outdoors this year with them too, but I started outdoors with them. Just kind of met him, Brian, through Race Tech. Race Tech's been a big part of my program for a long time, and then he introduced me to Brian White, and I got to head to Illinois and met them there, and that's kind of how I started my relationship with those guys. Top 3 sponsors. Right now, it is BWR Engines, L-Tech Underground Utilities, SSI Decals. Those are the team for 2019 sponsors, the main sponsors. I mean, everyone's a main sponsor. That makes it happen, but those are the 3 people that are really helping out. First bike was a JR50. One of those little things. I actually still have it. I don't have it like at my house, but a buddy of mine has it, and there's like probably 10 of us in our town that learned on that same bike. And then after that, I got my, like I said, I raced go-karts. and then I got onto a KX65. How did I hook up with SSI? SSI decals has been a huge part of BWR for many, many years. Brian White is about an hour from SSI's headquarters. When I tied in with Brian White, I got to meet all the great people at SSI there, and they've just backed me ever since. Even when I wasn't with BWR, when I was on my Yamaha 2 years ago, they helped me out tons. So that's kind of how I linked up with those guys. What do I think about the YZ65? The 65, I don't know. I haven't really like looked up close to them. I know a lot of kids are starting to switch over to them, and they look pretty neat. I always like the bikes that aren't the popular ones. I like when people go to the kind of like the off-brand motorcycles. YZ65 isn't like a big thing, but they look pretty cool to me. I'll be riding a 2018 CRF 450 for next year. I'll be doing the full 17 rounds of Supercross. I think that slightly went away, but I think the other question was favorite bike I've ever ridden. Oh, that's another tough one. Probably last year, my 2016 Honda CRF 450 for Supercross and outdoors, actually. That was probably one of my favorite bikes I've ever had. The chassis on those things is amazing, and the engine was great. I just really connected with that bike. The new Honda is really good too, but there was just something about the 16 that I really bonded with. What are my goals to consider for 2019 SX season? Well, that's always a tough question. My goals are to be in every single main event. Now, those are like goals you set, but in reality, I would like to be within half of the main events in 2017, and I want at least a top 15 finish in one of them. That would be very great for me this season. So if I can hit, half of the 17 main events and get a top 15, that would be, a huge mark for me this year. Keep growing. Can't go too big each year. Got to make sure I stay safe and smart. That's the main goal. But of course, the peak goal is to be in every single main event and become that guy that, if I don't make it, then I'm bummed out. So I missed a couple other questions. If you want to ask them again, I can bounce back to those. It's really nice out here. Favorite obstacle on the track? I think one of the other questions was, where am I from? I'm from Paso Robles, California. Kind of like central, midway between San Francisco and LA. Wine country, that's for sure. No tracks near me. But favorite obstacle on a track? SX or MX? I mean, I can hit both. Probably MX, I would say, when a track has like some rhythm sections, I would say. I mean, because I like Supercross, so when an MX track puts in like a technical rhythm section that you can do different options, that's what I really like. And the same with SX, when there's a rhythm section that has multiple options to it, and it's not just the same exact one. There's different. Each way's fast, but you can do whatever you want. That's probably my favorite thing, is when you can kind of like challenge yourself to do something different. But in SX, it's all pretty tricky either way, but it's all pretty fun because it is tricky. Again, I missed a couple of the other questions. Do I wear a chest protector, neck brace, knee pads on the track? I wear a chest protector and under chest protector, but I make sure it's a hard chest protector. It's got the plastic padding, because I used to wear a soft one, and I actually had a bad crash on 150s. No, they're here. I'm just on.
Pull your van real quick. Pull your van down further so you don't block the track.
Okay.
Or park it here.
Okay. I wear knee braces. I wear the hard chest protector, like I said, because I had a bad crash. Ended up having to lose my spleen and 20% of my pancreas. So ever since then, I made sure I wore a hard chest protector, but I don't wear a neck brace. Just a personal preference. I have nothing against them. I just find a little more comfort without it. Get a little more neck movements. You finished 20th a few times last year. Where would you like to be this year? Like I said, a top 15 would be ideal. Top 20 minimum. But if I can be, the 450 class is stacked, but top 15 would be a huge breakthrough for me. Is that my gnarliest injury? Probably. Yeah, the spleen thing was probably the craziest one for me. The spleen part wasn't so bad. It was the pancreas thing that can really be like life-threatening to you because you gotta have some of it. But I was in the hospital for a bit, but that was probably the craziest one for me. Do I have any pets? Yeah. I have 2 dogs at my dad's house. We all have all little dogs, all little house dogs, but 2 dogs at my dad's house and 1 little dog at my mom's house too. How about your second place LCQ in Daytona last year? A lot of privateers killed it in the sand. My second place at Daytona. That was very unexpected, I'll tell you that. It shocked me because that was like, I think my third 450 race. And I didn't ride a 450 much before that, and I was still trying to get comfortable. But when I started there, and that was a huge confidence builder, because when I started up there and I just was riding my own race because I had no expectation. Wasn't, expecting to be in first, second, third, fifth, 10th, whatever it was. So I just rode my own race and ended up staying there the whole time, which was a huge confidence booster. But then a couple weeks after that, my LCQ win, that was even better than the second in LCQ. What pros did I look up to when I was younger? Oh, Ryan Villapoto, Ricky Carmichael. I know those are 2 like cliche guys, but I really enjoyed watching Ryan Villapoto when he was in the 250 class. And then Ricky Carmichael was just huge at that time, so I always just kind of like fell into to be a privateer successful. I always just kind of fell into Ricky Carmichael deal, but I still look up to Ryan Villapoto too. His riding style is insane. Other question? I believe it said, what did it take to be a successful privateer? Same as being a factory guy. It's just work and dedication and, finding the pieces to the puzzle that works for you. Not doing what someone else is doing, but figuring out what work you need to put in and what, pieces you need to put together to make you successful. That doesn't matter if you're privateer or factory, it's all the same thing. Monster Energy Cup, how was it? It was going really good. It was actually, again, kind of like a confidence booster for me because I hadn't had much time on the 18 go-kart race in the day. To be a NASCAR driver when you're younger. But no, I was qualifying really good, was fast, was sitting like 17th or 18th, whatever one it was that they took into the show. And then like the last 2 minutes of the last qualifying session, I got bumped out to 20th, and then LCQ came around and I was like bummed out, which I shouldn't have been, because I wanted to make it straight into the show. And then got a bad start, was running 6th, and a couple guys got together and I tried like jumping over their bike and it caught my rear brake somewhere on the other person's bike and ripped it off and took me down. So that was the end of my Monster Energy Cup. But speed was there. I was stoked with that, so I went away happy still. About the NASCAR thing, when I was younger racing go-karts, I don't even know if I really knew what NASCAR was at that time. Like I said, my dad raced dirt late models, so I looked up to like the World of Outlaw dirt car stuff. That's what I was like really looking forward to, not necessarily NASCAR. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I was so close to getting into like a little wing sprint car or a little dirt go-kart or something with some wings on it. right before I got my first bike, and that's kind of where I was looking up to. But I mean, even to this day, I'm not a big NASCAR guy, but still really enjoyed dirt car racing. Some SSI swag. How was the transition from 250 to 450? Oh, it was rough the first day, not gonna lie, because not even let alone I never even rode a 450 on Supercross, let alone a mod 450 on Supercross. So the first day I had to make sure I had my head on straight, because those things can jump up and bite you so quick. Um, but you know, once after 2-3 days I got comfortable, but that first day trying to figure it out, and just you have to ride them at such a low RPM because you can overshoot stuff so easily. And whoops were really tricky too. Heavier, faster bike in the whoops. I had to make sure I was smart enough to do it the proper way and not just, you know, mash them like a 250. But I would say it actually wasn't too bad, because I really adapted to the 450s well with my riding style. Do you think a lot of guys are going to 450s due to the better payout than 250s? Absolutely. There's a lot of privateer 450 guys, or privateer guys going to 450s because of that. But it doesn't matter. I mean, still going to be who works harder and who does their homework right. You know, there can be 80 guys show up, but there's still going to be the same 30 that are fast. So it's tough either way, whether they go to 250 or 450. It's all hard. But yes, it is a lot from payout. Why did I choose 805? Because I live in the 805. I was born and raised in the 805 County, San Luis Obispo area. Paso Robles is where I live, but 30 minutes north of San Luis Obispo. They actually just changed it, which is unfortunate. Well, I mean, I'll still be 805, and like my area code's 805, but like anyone new moving into the area or getting a new phone number, they changed the area code. So that was shocking to find out the other day. But no, that's how I got it. It's going to be a loaded class in the 450s. Any hidden talents that would get you into the night show? Any hidden talents? Well, I would hope I get into the night show from my talents I have, but I'm hoping the hidden talents come out for the main event. That's what my hidden talents I want to be. But I'm hoping I'm good enough to be making every night show for sure, which I did last year. But I don't want to be too cocky, because it's going to be hard. You never know when someone adapts to a track really well. But I can't tell the hidden secrets, and they wouldn't be secrets. We gotta wait till see if I make the main event or not. Those last two questions that popped up, it went away. I think one was about sand riding. Any advice for you guys? Depends on what it is. I got lots of advice, full of information I could share. But if it's generally about riding upcoming, just set your goals. Know what you want. Have high goals and low goals. Have little goals you want to meet and that are realistic to meet, and then have a high goal that you want to reach and get to in 5-10 years, whatever it is. Set those now and work towards it until you get it. Are you good in the sand and mud? I'm not bad in sand, because I live right in the riverbed, and I grew up and still ride a lot of riverbed stuff. I'm not so good in the mud. Just kind of shy away from it. But do I run any training classes? Riding, yeah, I do a couple different ones. I do a little bit of riding coaching with a couple kids from my area, and then I do gym training sessions too. I'm a physical trainer as well, so I have some gym classes, and then I have personal gym sessions, and then I have some riding coaching stuff too. Where do I live now? I still live in Paso Robles. I bounce back and forth from SoCal to my area. Right now I'm in, I think I'm in, I don't even know where I'm at. Castaic Lake by Magic Mountain in California. I'm at a buddy's house. One of the team riders, we're meeting up. We're gonna go ride this week, but tomorrow we have a Feld media day in Anaheim, so we're just kind of hanging out tonight. But what's my best finish in Supercross? 20th. Yeah, I hit 20th 3 times, I think. I was running in, I think the night I won the LCQ in Indianapolis, I was running 17th or 18th, and I was really stoked on that. And like 5 minutes to go, I fell and got 20th that night. So I've hit 20th 3 times. So still building. Best MX finish, 21st or 22nd, a few times. I think 22nd is the best one. I hit that 2 or 3 times. What's the go-to song on your playlist to get pumped up on race day? Oof. I don't know. I like different genres depending on the day. um, anything like, I would say like EDM style. Something that's upbeat, kind of gets your heart rate going, get pumped up to, jump up and down to. That's the kind of stuff I like. I don't like to be mellow or anything. I kind of want to like get antsed up and get hyped. Who's on the team with me? We have Tyler Eticknap for a 450 rider, Robbie Wageman for a 250 West rider, Scott Meshy 250 East rider, and then myself for another 450 rider. So a 4-rider team for BWR engines, which I think is great. It's going to be a good year for us. Yes, it is awesome. It's very cool. I'm happy it all came together good this year. It'll be a cool program for BWR and myself and all the other riders. It's small but big at the same time for us privateers. This factory is us privateers can get right now. Who am I training with? Like who coaches me, or who do I ride with most of the time? Yes, I've listened to My Bike's Too Lit. That's Adam. We have his brother Tyler on our team. But yeah, I've listened to it a couple times. It's pretty cool. Riders. I don't have anyone specifically. I live closest to Castillo Ranch, so that's where the Eticknaps kind of have home base. So I ride with the Eticknap brothers a lot. And then when I come down south here, I ride with Robbie Wageman. But I don't have any set riders that I kind of like train with. Just bounce back and forth. You always want to ride with different people, different skills, different techniques. Everyone has a different lap time, different way of getting there. It's always cool to see and learn off of everyone else on a track you're familiar with. What do I do on the days off to chill? Oh, right now I haven't had many days off. I've kind of been like pushing myself through like a 2 to 3 week, like hell weeks, just trying to break my body down, really push it so the race days are easy. But on the days off, I like to spend time with my girlfriend. I don't spend too much time with her, and I kind of leave her all the time. So any days off, I like to do something with her, just hang out at home with her. My other hobbies, I got all kinds of stuff. I love to go jet skiing during the summer, stand-up jet skiing. That is my favorite thing to do. Going to the lake, jet skiing, wakeboarding. Love the mountain bike too, so mountain biking is great for training and for just having fun. I mean, it's kind of like you get to go venture and see new areas, new scenery, some fresh air. I'd say my hobbies have to do with like fitness. I always like still being active. Need some questions? Ask anything. Are you a little freaked out from what Pike did to himself? Any second thoughts on racing? No, I've seen some pretty scary things throughout my short career. I mean, I've seen buddies of mine get very hurt, and I mean, if you you can take it to heart and you have to, but you kind of got to sink it and just know that it can happen, but you can't think about it all the time, because if you ride scared, that's when it's dangerous. You have to ride to your ability. That's when, you're safe and you're at the most control. But yeah, it's a little scary, but it's a freak thing. I mean, you can't, nothing he did wrong. So, it's the ones that the rider errs that scare me, but when it's out of your hands, you can't really change anything. So it's like, it is scary, but you can't really think too much about it. So, very unfortunate deal. Favorite TV show? It changes all the time. If I told you, you might think of me differently. Um, I don't know. I like Netflix shows. I like to watch those series. I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Um, I don't know. I like to watch some Jersey Shore. That always gets me. The drama I love. I love it. Every Thursday night. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't ever watch crazy TV. I like to watch movies though. I like to really go on Netflix, watch some movies. How did you hook up with SSI? They were huge. Yeah, like I said earlier, with the SSI thing, I hooked up with them through the BWR engines. Brian White, SSI has been a huge part of the team for a long time. So when I joined them in 2016, I got to meet the SSI people. That's kind of how I got linked up with them. Do I decorate for Christmas, or did I decorate for Christmas yet? I have not decorated for Christmas yet. My mom's very upset with me. I've been kind of running back and forth trying to get some things done, but I need to. I need to decorate my mom's and my dad's house. Plans for Christmas? I don't know. Don't really have any plans. Like I said, I'm trying to finish up some good riding weeks and some good training weeks right now, and Christmas is coming up too fast. I haven't even done my shopping yet, unfortunately. But come next week, I'll have to kind of like buckle down and get my Christmas stuff done. But kind of sucks at the same time. We're trying to get ready for season. Can't enjoy the holidays too much, but we try to still. When's the day you head out to A1? What's your gear brand? The day to head out to A1 will probably be Thursday before. We'll go to Anaheim, try to park the truck and everything. And then my gear right now, I just signed with Fly. I was on Strict Gear. They're a great company, and this year though, with the team we got going on, Fly is going to jump on board and help me out. So that's very awesome for this year and beyond. And the goggles, I run Scott goggles. Scott is the best goggle out there, in my opinion. I mean, also they're at all the races. Usually you can't find too many guys at the races, and they help me out a ton. So yeah, Scott is the way to go for me. Yeah, Fly is pretty cool. They're really good to their riders. Every gear company is good to their riders, but I think Fly has a very good program for privateers and factory teams. So, and this year they're like, I think the title sponsor for Supercross. So, if you can't beat them, join them. Each rider is different on Fly with contingency. But yeah, they have. I've heard they have a good general contingency plan. Like I said, they're very good to their riders. They make sure if you're loyal to them, they're loyal to you. They help you out. But can't say too much more than that. But they are very very good with everything they do. Do I play video games? I do not. No, I did when I was younger. Would play Call of Duty and Supercross games, but no, I don't play video games. Favorite memory on a dirt bike, other than free gear? How's the payout from vendors for the privateers? It depends. It depends on your relationship. Pay can be really good. Pay can be really bad. From who you know, how you know them, how loyal you've been to someone for a long time. It's just part of the game. But it can be good. That's very huge for us. Is just adding up our relationships with smaller companies and adding in little contingency plans and stuff like that. That's kind of how we make it with a little more money. Um, but yeah, it's just getting into a good company and then being loyal to them, showing you can help them out and produce them money so for them to help you out. Who are all of my sponsors? Oh, off the top of my head, this year it's changed a little bit for the team, but BWR Engines, SSI Decals, LTEC Underground Utilities. It's Leo Tidwell Excavating Company or Corporation. They're a huge part of our team this year. Mika Metals, Dirt Tricks Sprockets, Race Tech is a huge part of my program. MX Athletics, Fly, Scott, Acerbis, Acerbis. I don't know how to pronounce it right. Plastics. Shoot, it's hard to name them all, but a ton of people helping out this year. If I left them all off, I apologize, but I'm sitting down right now. I can't remember anything off the top of my head. But those are kind of the big people helping out the program this year. We had a rider on a few weeks ago. I made a good point. If Monster can afford to pay a rider $1 million. Can you send that again? It was a long one. If Monster can afford to pay one rider $1 million and one fan $1 million, what was the next half of it? Privateer should be on the better deal. Yes and no. Because Feld's entertainment business. They're doing everything to bring in fans. So them paying out privateers isn't gonna help them make money from fans. It doesn't bring in any more fan base and people buying seats if privateers are getting paid more. So yeah, it would. I mean, it'd be awesome if privateers got paid more. But if I look at it in the aspect of a company trying to make money with us doing it for them, they involve the fans, giving them a chance to win and change their lives. That's when people are going to go buy a ticket and make ticket sales and hot dog sales, beer sales, all of that for them to make more money. So, I kind of look at it both ways. Maybe that's not fun, a little boring answer, but I think that's just kind of how I see things. I mean, I respect it. They got a lot of overhead to pay off, but I think it's going up. It's going good. Good point with Arena Cross being out. Do you think it's going to be even tougher this year? Like I said, with everyone being in the 450 class, it's gonna be there's gonna be a few more guys. There's probably gonna be 10 more guys in the 250 class because I know a lot of those guys are doing 250s, but a lot of guys went to 450s. So you never know. I think it's gonna be really good year of racing for everyone. It just depends on, again, who does their homework, who works hardest. How many days a week do I get seat time? Anywhere from 3 to 4. I like to get 4 in, but if you have a hard day, 4 is tough. So three normally. How did I like the Strick year? Like I said, Strick was awesome. Strick helped me out a ton 2-3 years ago now. Really unique company. Their designs are very cool. They're different from everyone else. They don't like to fall into the niche of the same thing, but it's just like I said, it worked out a little better with Fly this year, but nothing against Strict at all. They're a great company. They helped me out a ton. I'm gonna stand up. My butt's going numb. Do you ride every other day in those 4 days? It depends. Some days, I've done 4 in a row. Some days I've done every other day. Some days I go 2 and 2. Just depends on I would say what I want to do that week in the gym, what I want to do in that week on mountain bikes, what work I have that week, bike work I have that week. It all depends, kind of fluctuates week to week. What's my favorite animal? Oh my gosh. Well, a favorite animal that like I enjoy is probably a dog, but favorite animal to look at, I think alpacas are pretty funny. They're pretty neat animals. Every time I see those videos pop up, it's pretty funny. Gives me a good laugh. No set schedule. No set schedule exactly. An alpaca farm. I need to come see that. That would be that would be awesome. But no set schedule for week to week. You know, I have a plan of what I need to get through, but I make that on Sundays. But it's not like I have a set monthly plan for what I need to do. But it's kind of hard to do that as a privateer because, like I said, you never know what bike work you need to do, never know what parts you need to replace, never know what blah blah blah. It all goes on, but you kind of stick to the same thought process each week and just try to keep it as close as possible. Sunset going down. It's nighttime where you guys are, most of you. What does the engine? What's that? What is the engine builder? What was the question? Say that again. What does the engine building at BWR? Yeah, Brian White. Brian White is BWR Engines, Brian White Racing. He does everything. He does engines and suspension. He uses Racetech parts and builds suspension too. So he's kind of like the do-it-all guy. Will I do any outdoor races in 2019? I don't know. I don't have it planned yet. Well, that was weird. Just lost connection. I always like to do a couple outdoors just to kind of keep my name out there in the year, and still haven't scored any points in outdoors yet. But no plans right now. Just worrying about 17 rounds of Supercross. That's the biggest thing to worry about right now. It's a long road from now, but when it's over, you always want to go racing again. So I always like to do some like out of country stuff too, or even out of state fair races and stuff like that. Those are always fun. Those are a little better money too for privateers than outdoor racing. But as far as like sponsors and stuff, they always like to see it a couple outdoors and keep your name going in the pro scene. Thank you. I need it. I need the luck. 17 rounds is gonna be fun but tough. What double digit or single number would you like? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Lots of traveling and Supercross. How does that affect your racing? Well, during the season, yeah, it gets pretty tough. West Coast, I'm not too far. Like I said, I'm in Central California, and most of the West Coast are in California. So it's not too bad there. You get like a normal weekend there, but come East Coast, I haven't decided. Last year, I got to fly back and forth every single round. So I was at home on Sunday nights and rode 2-3 times a week, and then flew out on Thursday or Friday. So it was nice. I'd like to do that this year if I can work into a budget. But you know, it's not too bad. It just gets busy. It just gets slammed and repetitive, and you got to make sure you have all your pieces of the puzzle lined up before you get there, so it can stay on track and keep going. So you don't mind airplanes? No, I don't. Actually, I used to be really scared. Probably about last year when I started flying a lot, I got really scared just because you're constantly on a plane. It's like last year there was a couple of things on the news with some planes breaking down too, so that was pretty scary. But trying not to think about it, I'm just scared of the takeoffs and landings. I don't care in the air. It's the takeoff and landings that get me. That's for sure. It's a lot more stuff to do with outside of racing. Yeah, but it's part of it. It's part of kind of being a privateer professional. You know, it's just you gotta just do it, not complain about it. It's just it's not bad actually. I enjoy it. I enjoy the challenges. Night owl or morning person? I can be both. I can be both. I can stay up really late if I need to, and I can get up really early if I need to. I never really struggle to do either. I've been kind of lucky, I would say, to be able to do that. On long days, don't get me wrong, I'll go to bed early and sleep in late, but normally during the week I can do what I need to do and be up late or be in bed early, and just whatever needs to happen that day. I don't struggle with any one particular. What do I see myself doing after my racing career? You know, there's multiple things I would love to do. Like I said, I do some personal training in the gym and riding coaching and stuff, and I really enjoy that. I would really like to one day open my own gym. That's kind of like my ideal plan. Can't really focus on that until after racing. That takes a lot of time and money and effort and everything, but that's kind of what I want to shoot for. But right now, just side jobs, just training stuff. What would I do with the 1 million from Monster Energy Cup? Honestly, I'd invest it. I would probably use it and store it to open my own gym when I'm done racing. I don't think I could see myself. I mean, you never know until you have $1 million, but I don't see myself, you know, going out and buying something crazy right away. But it'd be fun if I did. But no, saving it, investing it into myself later on in a few years would be the smartest thing to do with that money. Am I a fitness freak? I don't see myself being a freak. I do enjoy fitness, and I always get yelled at by my girlfriend for always being, you know, in the gym or mountain biking or anything. I mean, I go and just run for fun sometimes. I just like being active, I would say. But I don't know if I'm a fitness freak. Maybe I am, though. Maybe that's what keeps me into it. Luckily, I am, though, because if you weren't into fitness, it'd be a lot tougher to be a professional athlete if you didn't like working out. Do I have a diet? I've done many different ones. My diet is just, you know, being smart as much as possible. You know, you know what you can eat and you know what you can't eat. And everyone's fluctuated. How many riders got engaged or married this year? Wow. Yeah, crazy. Or babies. People are having kids like crazy. But not me right now, luckily. But I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was talking about. Diet. Oh, the diet stuff. Yeah, no, I don't really have a set diet. I've tried all kinds of different things. I've tried no bread, no dairy, no red meat. I've tried only chicken and rice 3 times a day for weeks. I've tried all kinds of different stuff to see how my body reacts to it and kind of learn what different things do. But I'm normal. I don't you know, shy away from anything depending on the day you had or what you're gonna do the next day. It kind of depends on what you're gonna eat that day or the day after. But yeah, like I said, you know what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat, what you should drink, what you shouldn't drink. So that's kind of what I just stick with. Favorite fruit? Strawberries, I would say. Strawberries every morning. Is it fruit or food? Favorite food? I don't know. I would say for like a cheat thing, I like a good quesadilla, good chicken quesadilla, or pizza. Everyone loves pizza. Do I meal prep during the season? No, I don't. It's even harder to meal prep during the season because you're just bouncing back and forth all the time. I've tried meal prepping preseason, but again, it's too much maintenance for me, I think. UPS truck going by. It's just too much to keep up with. Like I said, I like to keep something as simple as possible. You know, there's no need to add a little more stress to the busy, stressful life that we've already accustomed ourselves to. Seems a lot darker on the phone. It's not that dark out right now. It's perfect. Any more questions? You guys are just antsy for the giveaway, aren't you? Oof. That's a big one. That's pretty cool that SSI is doing that. Very cool, actually. They're an awesome company. What are you picky about on the bike? Oh, I'm actually not that picky. Really not. I'm weird thing. I'm picky about front fenders. I have to have the same front fender on race bike, practice bike. If I don't, I lose it. I don't even know what bike I'm riding if I don't have the same front fender. But other than that, I don't mind grips. I don't mind, like, if the levers are pretty close, I don't mind it. Yeah, I'm pretty easy. Okay, I guess we'll get to the giveaway. I'll ask you guys a question. Whoever gets it right first will win a free set of SSI graphics for their bike. It's like, again, I said, it's really cool SSI's doing this. So if you guys can go give them a follow, thank them for helping out myself and the Moto Hub, and kind of it's a very unique thing. But for the question, I have a two-parter. I said one part earlier, but I want to do something hard. But that would take too long. So something simple. First person to answer how many main events I've made and where did I win my LCQ last year? It's not 3. But you got to get 2 parts too. Nope, not Daytona. People looking it up right now. Nope, not 2. I'm asking how many main events have I made total in my pro career, so that's the last 3 years. And what LCQ did I win? Well, yes, it's 5 main events. Now you got to get the second part. Nope, it's not Daytona.
Hi. Are you waiting for someone to come out?
No, I'm on the phone right now. 5 LCQ Indianapolis. Yep, that's it. Moto Faith. Do you need me to move? So Moto Faith, it is 5 in Indianapolis. So Moto Faith, if you can DM me on Instagram and remind me, I'll get you my number and we'll get you linked up with SSI decals. You respond to make sure you heard me. Alrighty, well, thank you guys for having me on. Awesome, perfect, glad you're stoked. Alrighty guys, see you later.